about making sure that yourself, your family, just like you said, it's about generational wealth giving. And I know for a fact, I got my wife, I had 3 kids, and that they're going to be taken care of with or without me. That's true wealth. That's true giving. Because with or without me, I know my family is going to be taken care of. Now, the only way I can ensure that is exactly the way he said. I have to make sure I keep tossing the bread underwater, and the only way to do that is to make sure that you, as a customer and or a promoter that wants to build KGX, can do it. Regardless if you talk to another person after today, you are still going to have products and services that can change your life should you choose to act on it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You don't need to go out there and talk to 3,000 people. You don't need to go out there and talk to John Doe, James Henry, go knock on doors, walk. This is not Amway. This is designed to create your own level of success. Because every person's success level is completely different, the entire model is built on that. Your definition of $500 can mean $500,000 to someone over here. The whole system, the whole standardization, the whole KGX, and the people that are in here that are in MKE, the definition of a dollar can change the moment you walk out that door. Mind blown. Because the money that's in your pocket that you can physically touch is worth 13 cents. I mean, seriously, we're $20 trillion in debt, we still have a checkbook? I mean, really? I mean, if it was one of us, they would have came and took that from us.
You got that right.
I mean, I'd be hauling out here with a stamp share. I'd be like, I'm out. But when you can survive yourself, that's what cryptocurrency does. That's what peer-to-peer does. Because you're all reliant on each other, not a centralized system. And when you put the power of the people back into the people, a lot of people get pissed off. Mm-hmm. While I'm sitting here like, what you gonna do about it? Because it's designed and controlled by other people. So when the power is in your own hands, and those of you who are not in MKE, it'll be opened up again next year. But honestly, the most powerful journey of my life, other than being married, because I am on recording, my wife, right? Other than my wife, is MKE and what it has developed me. Not only has it helped my business, but it has helped my marriage. It has helped me grow my kids. So all this stuff is here. So someone remind me how much it costs for you to have the experience of MKE?
Nothing.
And the Go 90 Grow? How much is it? Because I'll put my foot down because I've done it. You gotta understand that I'm the pure definition, and I'm profiling, okay? I was the definition of a white person in a trailer. That was me. That was me. Because of that man, I am who I am. And you gotta remember, I didn't have a dad. I didn't have that. I had him. So all my love, all of my care, all of my money gets thrown back into you to develop this. And I will always keep my promise. Brandon's the closest to me. It's quickest access to me. What do I do most? I put my actions where my mouth is. And I'll make sure that the money comes with it, because it's designed to make sure that he can take care of you guys when I'm gone. So, again, from last night to tonight, for those that were here, my job is to teach you how to fish, regardless if you're building KGX or not. And these are one of these things that is going to help you to continue to fish, regardless if you're promoting KGX or you're just a customer. So that's the job. KGX has mining services. That's with Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, and then of course my favorite is the Green X, which is the first development of proof of power on the blockchain. Green and KGX are symbiotic. The relationship with Green and our company is designed to help you guys fish and be a part of something that it's first to develop. It is patented, it is protected, and the people behind it are quite integral themselves. They work with us directly. Now, for those of you, now I know you got some. Who else in here is in KGX that has a green rig? How many of you are scratching at the wall saying, Mike, when's it coming out? Please! Please just holler at me. In fact, we'll go outside. We can talk. You can tell me one-on-one. I'm going to get to that. But green is similar to YouTube and Uber and Airbnb because it is the ability to transfer the value of power to one person to another, and there is no power plant. There is no power company. Same thing with YouTube, no media. Uber, good old man from Hawaii used Uber to get here. And you can never change things by fighting the existing reality. You need to change and build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that's exactly what green does. Because the power grid itself is in its own trapped model. So what's the next big disruption in this industry? And that is power. 100-year-old technology, which Mark's catching up to, needs to be upgraded. Trapped in a wired grid and very expensive to distribute. Plug me in. And it's time to think outside the grid with green. And you've seen this, and that is your light switch turns on your lights. That light switch to the light bulb is controlled by who?
Power company.
But what if we change that the power bill is controlled by you? What if you were able to create the value of power and transferred it to him with the click of a button? Now I want to make sure that I'm clear is that we're not transferring power through the blockchain, we're transferring the value, proof of power that runs your rig. That powers the blockchain, and the value created is transferred to him. But at that point, he can do and pay his power bill. Or go to Disney. I'm not saying you want to go to Disney, but I'm just saying. Pay your car payment. Why do you think the centralized system is so pissed? Because they can't control the money that you make and make money off of the money that you thought you controlled that you don't control, and that they take 93 cents of every dollar that you put in the account and they make more money than they give back to you. That's centralized banking socialism. And when the power at B loses or understands that they're about to lose control, everybody gets mad. It's kind of like your wife when you forget to pick up your socks, and she's told you 8 times, it's still there, and she's like, I lied. I mean, the most disruptive force in a household is the woman, and no one gets more frustrated than the woman at a man doing nothing.
Say that.
Amen.
I mean, that's just the way it is, and nobody knows. Women, I got a big tip for you. We have a box. Males have a box in their brain. It's called the nothing box. And it is our favorite place. I mean, I use fishing analogy because my job is to teach you how to fish, and it takes 0 brain cells to throw the damn rod and sit there. And like this is honest God truth. The University of Pennsylvania, no pun intended, found that a male can literally do nothing and still breathe. Like, what? But that's the greatness about peer-to-peer. We rely on each other to make sure that we are all still moving. I can assure you, now this is not, and this is no offense to the guys, but if it wasn't for the damn women guys, we would not be here. We'd be stuck on the wall. We'd be lost. Who put the instruction manual somewhere? Because it wasn't us, because we didn't read it. But that's the whole destination of KGX, is to teach everyone, males, females, on how to be self-independent, with or without the nothing box. So how does it work? Now you have solar power that is DC, that's direct current, and then the power company creates alternating current. And then this right here, because I get a lot of questions about this, why is there solar panels here and there? Well, there's phase 2 to green. That is residential commercial applications that a person will be able to plug and play as a resident and actually create the value of power to run their green box in their house. And then there'll be commercial grades on how you can, get a bigger commission, because you're going to be able to sell this. It's not just about the mining rigs now. You are at, like Mark said, the precipice of being on learning how to fish. We're going to continue those fishes, and right now it's proof of work. So you guys are creating a coin. You're charging the green blockchain. For those of you that have a rig now, you are literally charging the green blockchain. You truly are at the precipice of creating the first initial virgin legacy coins that will ever be created prior to them hitting a blockchain exchange. Which is the next question that I was getting. When's that happening, Mike? The green box rewards you and gives you the smart contract, the value of power that you created into your green wallet, and you can take the green wallet with the exchange value of the coin, you can pay your power bill, do whatever you want. I don't care. I like Starbucks. But I need your number. So how does green work? Power comes into the green box, data computes it into digital data, the data turns into coin, the coin goes into your wallet, and then it turns back into the valuation of power. The value of power is what you are transferring. Example, if you create $75 worth of electricity, coins say it's $1, 75 coins. That's an example. And you can take those coins and you can give it to Mark, you can give it to Brandon, and Jairus, you can give it to Andrea, and the 4 trouble girls that are out there somewhere that are, These are the 2 different boxes. This is the commercial one. Now this is about 5 feet 11, okay? Right there. That's tall as me. It's going to be on my license next week. And it won't be a lie. And that's about the size of the box that's in Salt Lake City facility. Okay, it's really nothing more about that big. Okay, but it gets really hot, and it has to be cool, just like a regular miner does. Okay, and Green is the first company to take electricity and convert it into digital electricity. Now everyone kind of seems to get confused by that because, it's really, you gotta think of it like a fax. Like, you really have to think of it like a fax. Like, Mark's perfect example, because he actually understands what a fax was and still is.
We don't have those anymore?
Is in Hawaii, Mark could send me a fax 8,000 miles away, and it's the same piece of paper that he started with the big green button. I mean, I know some of you don't remember the green buttons that you could see for 5 miles away.
Yeah.
But it's data. It's transferring data to one endpoint to another. That's all it is. It's just changing the value of power received into something that can be transferred, which is the coin. That's what it is. And then, of course, we have the industry droppers. And then May of this year, on May 1st of this year, KGX was one of a few people who could sell the green X-rays. One of a few. And for those of you that have been in since May, are going to be very, very well rewarded as the amount of coins, as we push through. And I promise, guys, it's going to get to where we're at and what's going on for those of you who have spent, obviously, a lot of money on your family, yourself, and purchasing these rigs, okay? Now, our mission is to save, share, and give. I like the G one because when we give, it always comes back to, I didn't break it. And this is why we need green. That's okay. I can just do the rest because all of those, it's okay. It's okay. So, because not going to get into some specifics of where everything is at with green. But for those of you who knew, that one green X rigs is $3,750. When you sell one to someone else, you create a $500 commission, and you get 3 points into your commission structure in our binary tree. Okay? Obviously, nobody really cares about that because everybody wants to know what it's going to do for me. So why can a customer and a promoter here at KGX make money with mining or even just utilizing the education services? Because we are here to teach you how to utilize the cryptocurrency market to your advantage. Okay, your advantage defines yourself as what you think the value of that advantage is going to be. But I'm going to continue to bring you services like green that you can continue to have an advantage with yourself on the level that you want to act on. So let's have a little discussion about what's going on with green and where we are at, why we are where we are at, because let's bring it back to the fact that you guys need to understand that I'm a programmer. I'm a nerd, level 10, I'll admit it, and I'm 5'11", okay? Just let it go. All right? The final piece of the puzzle of the green blockchain is the green wallet. The green wallet right now is undergoing some final security tests. I don't care what you're seeing, all you are seeing are staged accounts. Staging account is a precipice to making sure that it can go live on the main net. We have a test net, and then we have a main net. The main net started Monday. That means the real coins are being generated and being passed through the smart contracts. That's happening right now. The next question that I commonly get is, oh my, how many coins are these rigs producing? And if anyone, or I catch anyone, trying to tell anyone on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, the exact amount that a rig can or can potentially do, I will find you. I will feed you. And it won't be good. But let's do math. Because as Brandon says, the blockchain is a ledger that is authenticated by math. Right? So we all know that 25 billion, B as in boy, will be minted and available to be minted for the first 12 months. Now, if you take that number, and let's just use a hypothetical number of 2,500 or 3,000 rigs are live now. Everybody, grab your calculator. Hold on, I need to switch my sideways because the 25 billion won't fit on it. So you take 25 billion, you divide that number by 3,000, and then you divide that number by 365.25, because let's go ahead and make sure that there's going to be 4 years of longevity in there. And you will get the average amount of coins that a one rig can produce per day. Then you get your number for month, and you get your number for year. And then if you want to throw in the equation of how much you think it's going to be worth, you will never hear me say until it goes live what I believe the coin's going to be worth, because it's completely irrelevant. No. No? Yes.
Can you repeat that math equation again for us?
Sure. Everybody knows that there's going to be 25 billion coins produced in the first 12 months of Green's launch. First 6 months, 12.5. Second 6 months, 12.5. 25 billion for the first year. Let's just say that there is an estimated amount of 3,000 rigs currently online. That will give you your first number. You take that number and you divide that number by 365, because that just happens to be how many days are in the year. If you really want to get technical about it, because the blockchain is authenticated by math, by the global time clock, you add 0.25, 365, 0.25, and you will get the average amount of coins that are being produced a day. You want to know how much it's producing a month? You take that number times 30. And then you all should be like falling off your seats. Right. And if you can just think in your head, because you'll never hear me say it, what that's going to be worth to you and your family. Because the coin's going to go up, coin's going to go down, And as the Chief Legal Compliance Officer, I'm never going to guarantee you what that price is going to be. I don't care where you hear it, what you hear, who says it, I don't care. Because the value is only perceived of what you think it's worth. That make sense?
Yes.
Did anyone get a number?
Nope.
Did you get the number? Does anyone need to did you get the number?
You said 25 billion divided by 3,000 divided by 365, right?
Yep. That'll give you the number of what it does per day. You're not going to say it out loud, but did you get something that begins with 4? Let me see yours. Huh? So we're going to do this live. There's your number.
How many zeros in the billion? I really ain't going to act like I'm smart.
They go.
Okay. Should have a very long number. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now let's just say I used the number 3,000 because I'm anticipating over the next month that that's what that number is going to be. It's actually lower than that. Every day that number is going to get produced. Now that number is going to go down as you continue to tell people more and more about Green X. Now, if that coin had a value, regardless of what that value is, I know everyone's like, man, $2, oh my God. Come visit me on my island. Somebody please check if I'm still married. I was sitting at lunch with Brandon and Diana, and my wife does her own thing. She has her own wallet. Like, she has her own wallet, and then she has my wallet. You see how it's like, there is like nothing over here for my box. It's like, show you right. Right. You can call it whipped, I don't care, but if she's not happy, nobody happy. Down the street, not happy. But I love her to death. But it's great when a married couple are involved and believe in the same thing. Because that creates harmony and that creates growth. But we own a number of these, and I'm concerned that the Humane Society, and in addition onto where we live, is going to have an astronomical amount of cats. Just God love them. She loves four-legged kids and two-legged kids. And I'm somewhere in there, in that equation. But it's all about giving. All about it. And that's what Green, and one of the things that KGX is going to be able to provide you. Now, what if there was only 1,500 rigs online? What if there was only 2,000 rigs online? What if there was only 2,500 rigs online right now? That number goes what? And as the number of rigs goes online, the number goes down. So, just want to make sure that's on for the record. Now, Brandon, are you okay with allowing me to open it up for Q&A before I go? Because everybody needs to know that after this, I am heading back home. So, this is going to be, are you okay with that, Brandon? So I'm going to open it up for 5 questions. Because I'm going to control it to make sure that, I'm not here up here answering 15 questions. Because I want to make sure you guys have some time to spend with Brandon, Diana, and the team before he comes back up here. So, question 1, who wants it?
Has Green established a launch date for the green machines to be available for consumers to purchase?
I can neither confirm or deny that sometime in the second quarter of 2019 that the residential and the commercial applications should be available, and the members of KGX should be able to sell them as well.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
It's that whole CLC, chief legal thing. Question 2, who wants it?
I got a comment. Yeah, I just did that appraisal for Greenex.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's pretty damn hefty. So I'll just keep that for myself. Yeah.
I love these things. he just. I'm glad you knew how to do math because I did it on this, and it's like, woo! Next question, question 2.
Is there any way to determine the impact of other companies that might start to sell Greenex machines?
The perception of impact of another company trying to outdo us or outbid us or be in addition to the 10 is directly in your mind. That's it. Okay. Doesn't matter.
That's right.
Doesn't matter. Like, I've heard the rhetoric, I've heard the names, I've heard the feelings, I've heard this, and I've heard that. And quite frankly, I have a saying on my phone to show to Brandon is that nobody gives an F. I don't care. Because I dare anyone in this room to find someone that is like me, that's willing to do what I am doing to give back to you and your family. Go ahead, I'll wait. Because you won't. I'll get to that. I promise I'll get to that. Question 3, you have, right behind you,
I understand that this is investment that could potentially lead to, as you say, generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
How quickly would one be able to liquidate this in hard cash?
The question of, his question is, when do you believe that the coin's going to have value? The answer to that is, we believe that the coin's going to be on an exchange either by early next year or before the end of this year, somewhere. So I'm hoping like it's going to be a great Christmas. Because usually when the cookie season starts at my house, it's just, don't even call me.
Right.
I am so high on sugar, it's just bad. But I believe it's going to happen by the end of this year. This is my hypothesis, and based on the information I have, hypothesis by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. I will state that it has been told directly that it's going to hit the exchange at a specific amount. Okay? And that those who determine that is the company of grain on what it hits the exchange and what it starts at. And the reason I won't say exactly is because it's not going to stay there. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down, and you will never hear me say a specific amount that is going to generate in money per month. But yes, here very soon you will be able to take your green coin and convert it into Bitcoin and sell it on the exchange. Very soon. So for the record, that the coin that is being generated now has 0 value. Okay? Make that very clear. To answer your question? Okay. You have another one?
Yeah, other than the Connex looking infrastructure you had there, where does the other green machine, where would that be located? Would you put it in your house or is it?
The commercial one?
Yeah.
So Green would actually, so that's a very expensive machine, the commercial one. So Green would actually help you locate that for your commercial application or whoever wants it. They would do that for you. Okay, they would know where it's at. They would know the location. They would have level 7 security clearance, and they could go, you know, scratch and sniff and all that good stuff. But it's basically a mobile, cold unit developed for commercial applications.
Also for the residential?
Mm-hmm. Same thing. Yeah. Not just going to residents. So. Yeah. Question 5, last one.
So once everything is moving forward and the green currency has hit the market and we're into 2019, is there a target date where the company will allow us to schedule visits if an owner of a machine wants to visit the site, to actually go visit and see their physical mining machine or the mining machine
You want
around?
to go play scratch or sniff? Green, in association not with just us as one of the wholesalers, but others, is they will actually be holding, probably in the second quarter, actual events near their facility that people can go to. I don't know about you, but being a programmer myself, if we were allowing that to happen right now and you had everyone asking you 17,000 different questions and you're trying to finish off the product, yeah. So that's going to happen. So it'll be an event that you can go to at your expense, and I'll definitely be there because they want all the nerds there, so I'm going to be there. And it's going to be pretty cool. So if we're also going to be bringing Dave. We're going to have Dave Smith on. We're going to be doing a call with him, a live call, so you can hear from two nerds. Okay, that way you're not hearing from me. You're going to hear from him, and the excitement in his voice. Because I'm just, I can get excited, but like when it comes to stuff and that can be considered securities or anything like that, I'm just going to be straight, blunt, candid with you. Don't care. That's my job. But when you hear it from the other horse's mouth and actually, from him, so it's going to be good. Now, Brandon wants me to talk about, before I go, the Lucky 7 promotion. It's really simple. You are qualified by doing this. 1, you have purchased your own rig. Be a product of the product. Can't go out there selling Twizzlers if you haven't ate Twizzlers yourself. You got to be a product of the product. That's qualification number 1. Number 2, you need to have somewhere in this type of chronological order an additional 6 sales. Okay? So 1 yourself and up to 6 more sales. 4 of those sales need to be personal. So 1 yourself, you own your own rig. I don't care when you buy it. Doesn't have to be last Monday when you bought it. I don't care when you bought your rig. I don't care if you bought it on May 1st. You have to have your own rig. Doesn't have to be specifically Green X either. Okay? But you had to have bought a rig personally for yourself. The next 4 rigs must be personally sold. 2 on your left, 2 on your right. That's 4. That's a total of 5. The last 2 rigs, I don't care where they come from. John Dane, all the way 6,000 levels below you, I don't care. It can come from your left, come from your right, the 2 remaining, and you get 1 free. Okay? Very simple. Get 7 through your team, 4 of them personal, 1 you own, 2 don't care where they come from, and you get 1 yourself. It is assigned to you. And because my feelings about family, I don't care who it goes to. Can go to yourself, can go to your kid. I don't care if he's walking, crawling, slobbering, drooling, talking. Don't care. You can assign it to him. You can set up as an adult and assign the email address to him, and it will be his, and it will acclimate and accumulate the coins. It's all about family. Brandon, did I cover everything that you think I needed to cover about Green X outside of the presentation?
Yes.
Diana, are you happy, hon?
I am.
Okay. If you're going to buy the rig for someone else, I need to know about it. So if you're going to buy another rig under your position and you want it to someone else, you just need to let me know. It's real easy. Text Brandon, text Diana, no big deal. All right, so with that, I see you.
Outside of the
crazy. Can you imagine all of us in one place? Are you crazy? Hell yeah, we're gonna do that. Yes.
Last question. So, anyone out of those 7 people or however many you sell, does the owner of the rig have to be a part of KGX?
Yes.
The educational system?
Yep. You have to go through and get your education.
Right.
Have to. Yep. Yep. You got one?
I got one after this.
Is there any way that green could fail?
Absolutely. Yep.
That's the reality.
There ain't no one gonna lie to you, especially me, because it's just, you always gotta, everyone needs to understand that I failed here. I failed to this point. Any idea not properly executed and loved has the inevitability to potentially fail. Yes, that is absolutely a truth. Mafus.
Yes, sir. You know, promotion sounds great. Just wondering, for those that already own a mining rig or multiple ones, is it proposed date when we're expected to receive the emails, login, you know?
Can neither
Expected date, maybe.
I can neither confirm or deny that based on the current date that it should be within the first week of November. That's based on the security team access of the security of the wallets, which is the final piece of the puzzle. And I believe anyone and everyone that has purchased a rig, and this will probably make you guys happy, if you purchased a rig, say it is October 27th, and you purchased it by the, I think it's the 19th. So if you purchased a rig on the 19th and past, that damn thing's online.
So the rig generates the coin?
Yes, that is the only way you can get the coin right now.
Right, so the rig generates the coin. What's it on, where the rig come from? From, online, on the trade?
Where do you get the rig from?
No, the rig generates the coin.
Correct.
Where does the rig get the coin from?
It generates the coin as a transactional method, just like Bitcoin's created. It's a reward.
Through what?
Through the green blockchain. Just like Bitcoin's on its own blockchain. So when the algorithm creates a sequential line of numbers, the miners, or us as miners, solve that equation, which is a random series of numbers. It's a lottery. The rig that gets the correct number gets the blockchain reward.
Oh, okay, so that's why everybody has to use rig.
Right. No. No. Oh, he wanted to know if it was on.
No public trade.
No. No.
Meaning, so, on this question, you said it's a lottery. Will there be a mining pool for like?
Bitcoin is its own pool.
Right. Okay.
So, like if you go to antpool.com and you had a Bitcoin miner, ASICs miner, you could connect it to Antpool and actually be part of that pool, which would be share the Bitcoin reward. So same thing. There's the green pool, but your rigs are connected to that pool, and the algorithms that are solved for that day increase the amount of coins that are received and dispersed through the wallets. Yeah. What?
So you make money whether you hit the jackpot or not?
Not necessarily. Your rig has to be a portion to receive the value of the reward. It's a failed success system is probably the best way to explain it. So eventually a rig's going to get rewarded for solving the equation. And that's how it creates the ledger. That's how it creates the trust factor. Because that's why the feds are so pissed off, because are you seriously going to find a $50,000 hammer and toilet seat on there somewhere? They're going to have it, it'll be recorded. So with that, I'm going to bring up Brandon Ivy. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much.
1 second, before you go, because you get ready to go, let's give it up again for Mike Brown. Before Mike goes, he has to get ready to go. What I would like to do on behalf of Diane and the entire TOP team and this marketplace, I want to bring up this young lady. And for those that don't know, Diane is one of those people that has earned an additional mining machine as well. But we also want to bring Diane up because we want to present something to you just to show our thing from the marketplace. Diane Townsend, come on up.
First of all, I just want to say thank you because Mike is a co-owner of KGX. So for him to take the time out of his schedule, you know, this weekend and to drive down, 3 hours? To come and to spend this, our first boot camp with us this weekend, I honestly am honored. I'm loving this relationship and this networking that we've been able to do this weekend, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Anyway.